CGTN Radio. Hear the difference. Get the unmissable news stories of the day.
This is the Beijing Hour.
Examining the events that impact and shape China and the rest of the world. This is the Beijing Hour. 1 hour of news and information brought to you every weekday. Now here's your host.
We'll be with you on this Monday, October 16th, 2023. You're listening to the Beijing Hour, coming to you live from the Chinese capital. On today's program, world leaders are arriving in Beijing for the third Belt and Road Forum. China attracts a wave of foreign entrepreneurs from BRI countries. Australians reject a proposal over indigenous rights. In business, China continues to expand support for global companies. In sports, Zheng Qinwen triumphs on home soil to win Zhengzhou title. In culture and entertainment, the 9th Silk Road International Arts Festival opens in Xi'an. Now today's top stories. Beijing is holding the third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation from Tuesday. China says the event bears great significance since this year marks the 10th year since the initiative began. Now, international dignitaries are flying into the Chinese capital, with the Sri Lankan president, the Cambodian prime minister being among the latest to arrive. Earlier, Kenyan President William Ruto, Chilean President Gabriel Boric, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, and other guests also landed in Beijing. Chinese authorities say representatives from more than 140 countries and 30 international organizations will be attending the forum. A flagship project in the Belt and Road cooperation between Argentina and China has helped the Latin American country regain its position on the global food market. Li Yunqi reports.
Argentina is known globally for its grain and meat products. However, poor transport infrastructure has made its agricultural products less competitive on the global market. But the situation was not always like this. Argentina used to have one of the world's most extensive railway networks. But since the 1990s, the country had dismantled or deserted many lines. Buzzing towns along these railroads became quiet, and the Belgrano line is one of them. Once hailed as one of the country's largest commuter and cargo railways, it had experienced a significant decline. Xiao Yao and his Chinese team were tasked with upgrading this old railway. We carried out on-site survey 3 times. The railway was in poor condition, with almost no sections suitable for proper rail transport. Some tracks were buried in the sand, and others were flooded. In certain sections, trains can only travel 20 kilometers per hour, while in other parts, the average speed was 8 to 9 kilometers per hour. It forced local farmers to give up on railways and turn to trucks, which cost more. The Argentine government decided to work with the Chinese contractors to fix the problem. During his visit to Argentina in 2014, Chinese President Xi Jinping attended the opening ceremony of the upgrade project for the railway via video link.
I hope that Chinese and Argentine companies can collaborate and complete the project as soon as possible, turning it into a model of cooperation between China and Argentina, as well as between China and Latin America. I hope the project can contribute to Argentina's economic and social development.
The first phase of the project was completed in June this year. The new railway has shortened the trip from a main agricultural region in the north to the port of Rosario from 3 days to 1 day. It's also created 5,000 jobs for local people. Belgrano is once again being called a grain corridor for the export of beans, wheat, and corn. Coordinator of the project, Xiao Yao, says it's profoundly changed the transportation landscape in the region. People are delighted, often seen taking photos with the new locomotives or the giant machinery there. The annual freight volume on the line has increased from 76 tons in 2013 to nearly 300 tons, while the transportation cost for agricultural products has been reduced by $20 per ton. The revitalized railway has rekindled Argentina's agricultural exports, with China being one of the primary destinations. 70% of Argentina's beef exports are shipped to China. The two countries officially signed a memorandum of understanding for Belt and Road cooperation last year. For the Beijing Hour, I'm Li Yunqi.
It's been 10 years since China proposed its Belt and Road initiative. Pakistan has emerged as a key participant of the BRI, with the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor serving as one of its flagship projects. The corridor aims to promote connectivity across Pakistan by a network of infrastructure and expected to further boost the economic growth of Pakistan. For more about China-Pakistan cooperation under the BRI framework, Zhou Hongyu spoke with Dr. Hassan Dogbat, Honorary Director of the Center for BRI and Regional Studies and former Project Director of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
Among all the projects of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, the Port of Gwadar is often called the crown jewel for this corridor. What was it like in the past, and what is it like right now?
It's a very, very good question. It is almost the same story as we have for Shenzhen. People engage in fishing only. The only source of living is fishing, and perhaps some tourists, if they are traveling. Less developed, not connected with the urban centers, and very close to Iran, but not connected with any part of the country, both inwards and also eastward and westward. So what the transformation that actually has come in is because the project and the city has actually come in the forefront and in the discussion both at the national and international level. And sometimes this becomes challenging also, but this is also rewarding in a sense that the infrastructure being built through China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, like the airport, which is going to be inaugurated next year, inshallah. And also the vocational training center, the university, the port itself. The locals are employed, and also through the universities. This is very useful in a way that people of Gwadar have now actually realized the potential of their great city. They are now looking at various avenues to increase their livelihood in a socio-economic sense.
There's an analogy that the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is the first chapter in the symphony of the Belt and Road Initiative. So as a pivotal zone of the BRI, what messages can this corridor convey to the rest of the world?
For me, Pakistan is the buckle of the belt. We remain the center point as we speak. Our connectivity between China has improved significantly, and it is going to improve further, and then the speed of railway getting much better. The